Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzelik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave!
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, a despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave would know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother, he dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother! And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
No,
Here
you can't.
goes!
Aim for the weak point!
Burn in hell! Here I go! No escape!
Sleep now.
Thanks.
Glacial spear. Piercing! Appreciate the help. I never miss!
Dragon swarm!
Here, let me help.
Be still! Devastation! Try harder! Now!
You're mine!
Take this!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
Raging storm!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Lightning
Turtle
raging
blade!
captain!
Leave the charges to me!
Not on my watch!
Take this!
Shining supernova!
Take this!
On guard!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Dragon
Lightning
swarm!
orb! Light action!
Be still!
In the wind!
This one's all
In here.
mine! Now! Here I come! Burn!
Raging cascade!
Here I come!
Tiger
Dragon
blade!
swarm! Thanks! Eternal devastation! It's over!
Photon!
Here I
Raging
come!
cascade!
It's over! Take this!
Tiger blade!
You're my...
If it's in the sky, here's mine! Where are you going? Light lightning
Here I
strike!
come! Strike!
One more! Tiger blade!
I can carve through armor!
Take this! It's over! Devastation!
This one's mine!
Thunderblade!
Tiger blade!
Down!
You're on!
Dazzle!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here's a healing arm!
Here I come!
First aid! Tiger
You're
blade!
finished! Eternal devastation!
Look sharp! Take this!
Let's dance! Here
Tiger
we go!
blade!
In here! Not on my watch! I'll heal you! Oh! Ready to go!
Take this!
Lightning orb!
Tiger blade!
Raging cascade!
I owe you
Sleep now!
It's over! You picked the wrong
Tiger
fight!
blade!
Take this!
Ready
and rarest!
Thunderblade! This one's mine! Here's a healing!
Dragon Tiger Blade!
It's over!
Going in!
Tunnel!
Take this!
Light astral energy! It's over!
Crescent Moon!
Gemini Alpha!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
It's weakened!
This ends now!
Dragon Swarm!
Tunnel! Light astral! I'll heal you all!
Dragon Swarm!
Piercing Roar!
Here I come!
Flaming Meteor!
Take this!
Hey,
Finish! Dragon Swarm! Be still!
Flawless flight!
Devastation!
Look here! I'm out of ammo! Art sealed! In here!
Piercing Roar!
Ignite!
I'll be saving second!
Here I come! You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Lightning Thrust! Devastation!
Raging Cascade! Here, let me have
This one's mine!
Appreciate the help!
Try harder!
This one's mine!
Reanimator
Ring! Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Going let me help!
Here I come!
Appreciate the help!
Raging Storm!
Lightning Thrust! Devastation!
Hold on!
Field!
Tiger Blade!
Lewis!
Lightning condemned! Thunderblade!
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
This one's far enough!
Here's a healing art!
First aid! This one's mine!
Here I come! Lewis, get!
Raging
Piercing
Storm!
Roar!
Radiant Light! Flawless flight! I'll heal you all!
This should do it! You'll pay for that! It's over!
I'll bring
Here I
you
come!
down!
Blade!
Going in!
I'm not done!
Here's a healing art!
Tiger Blade!
It's too much!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar Blast!
This one's all mine! An astral art?
That's my cue!
Not today! Shut him down! You're mine!
Flaming
You're finished!
Meteor!
Eternal Devastation!
Let me help!
Dragon Swarm!
Crescent Moon!
Shiny Super
Tiger
Nova!
Blade!
On board with that
Strike!
shit, Rob! Radiant Look here!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kitara!
Tiger Blade!
Where are you going? Air drop!
This one's
I'm not
mine!
done.
Here, let me help! I can't heal you forever!
You're mine!
One more!
This one's
Be
mine!
still! Devastation!
Here's a healing art!
Going in! That's it! Tiger Blade!
Lightning dreams!
You're mine! You're finished!
More with that
Dazzle!
shit, Rob!
Devastation!
This one's mine!
I'll be safe! This way!
This should do it! Here I come!
Lightning orb!
I owe you one
Dance in the wind!
I'm gone!
You picked the wrong
Here.
fight! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready!
More with that shit, Rob!
Carve through armor!
Here, let me help!
Crescent Moon!
Lightning orb! Raging
Tiger
Cascade!
Blade!
Eternal Devastation! You're
Here!
finished!
Radiant here! I'll be saving this one!
Try harder! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Denied! This one's mine! This one's mine!
Dance in the wind!
Devastation!
I'm almost impressed!
High praise comes from
Tiger
you.
Blade!
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
You're mine! You're finished!
Damn it!
Take this!
Time and
I'll be
run!
saving
Take this!
this one!
It's
This
on!
one's mine! Going in!
Try harder!
Thunderblade!
Tiger Blade!
You're
Flaming Meteor!
mine!
I'm all
Dragon
sucked up!
Swarm!
Lightning to not in your dreams!
Mega Ray! Piercing Roar! by the power of water!
Be still!
Going
Devastation!
in!
Here's a healing art!
Tiger Blade! Carve through armor!
Engage!
Burn!
I owe you one for that!
I'll be saving this one!
That's it! Mega Ray!
Raging Cascade!
Denied!
Laser Spear! Here's
You're
Eden!
mine! Dragon Swarm!
Weak now!
Lightning Thrust!
I'll be saving
Devastation!
New Dance!
Radiant Spear! More with that
Here I
shit!
come!
And out!
Dragon Swarm! Dazzle! You're mine!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine! You're finished! Dragon Swarm!
Piercing
Lightning
Roar!
Thrust!
Anything in armor is all
Radiant
mine! Devastation!
Where are you going?
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Not like this. Now!
Stay away from my Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough, and you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go to Mahag Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you all right with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream? What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. You're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Miguel entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
We've reached our destination.
What's this thing?
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danin lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elda Menencia Guard. So in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. that means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danins and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down in that...
Right, here goes! You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
You're finished!
In here!
It's on! Not a chance! No escape! Be still!
If they rush you, you gotta still recover, okay?
Soaring light
Get
spear!
on in there with the others!
I'm ready!
Lightning orb!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
You're mine! Lightning thrust! Devastation!
Wind astral energy!
Eat this!
I'm out!
Thanks! I'm on it! That's enough! You're finished!
Shining
Do it!
supernova!
This could be useful.
I won't forgive you!
Take this!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it!
Be still! Soaring light spear!
I'm only getting started!
You're mine! Be still! Rising falcon!
Dragon shell!
I'll take you all off!
Take this!
Here's the evil!
Try harder! My turn! Lightning thrust!
Into the shadows!
Rising falcon! It's over! Devastation!
Excited! I'm only getting...
I'm not done!
Field!
Dazzle! Take it! My turn! Devastation!
I'll get you here and now!
Eagle Dart!
Do it!
Here I come!
Razor! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Together, that wasn't even a problem. What's this thing?
Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Armor won't save you!
You're finished! Not today!
I'm like bait to them!
Raging storm!
Rising falcon!
Now! Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Will this help?
My turn! I'm on it!
Talent Hurricane! Soaring Light Spear!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Now see if you don't get in trouble again.
I'll leave it to you!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein. Something you wanted to say?
Easy peasy. Ha hoodle.
There's something... I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Where should I cast my line? Yeah! I've got something. Dagnabbit! It got away. Yeah! All right. Dagnabbit! It got away. There we go. Dagnabbit! It got away. All right. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
You sure know what you're doing.
Oh. I'll get you next time. Oh. That was disappointing. All right. She's got a good size to her, all told.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
Ha! Reel it in. She's got a good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol.
The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself,
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
You're mine!
Going in!
Rising Falcon!
Crescent move! You wanna play? Come at me! Mindful of that.
We natural energy!
Soaring Light Spear!
Going in!
Got fires!
I've got you! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Raging storm!
Lightning Thrust!
Here's a
Take
healing
this!
Soaring Light
Appreciate
Spear!
the help.
Rising...
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Be
Here,
still!
let me help!
You're mine!
First aid! Dance in the wind!
Rising...
Good shot.
Take this!
On guard!
You're finished!
Did you see this
Be
coming?
still!
Light natural energy! I'm only
It's
getting
over!
started! Lightning! Down
Here I come!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Do it!
Feel!
Law! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind!
Not a chance! It's over!
Now,
Soaring Light Spear!
I'll be fading to the front!
This one's mine!
Rising Falcon! Take this!
One more time!
Here I go!
Here goes!
Take this!
Back into the
Dazzle!
flaming condemned! Mega ray!
Take this!
Thunderblade!
It's over!
Gemini Ultra!
Rising Falcon!
On guard!
Take this!
Here
Lightning
goes!
Thrust!
By the power of water!
Rising Falcon!
How about this?
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Crush!
Shining Supernova!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. All right. There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance! You're finished!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Going in!
Be still!
Crescent move! Gemini Ultra! Tiger Blade!
Can't get out of this!
By the power of water!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah!
Going in!
Totally to me!
You
require help. Take this!
Thunderblade!
You're mine! It's over!
Radiant Light! Here!
Dazzle!
Prepare to be sealed!
Glacial Spear! This is the wind!
Take this!
Air Blaster! Photon! Raging Cascade!
Now or never!
One more! You're mine!
Flaming meteor!
By the power of
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Take this!
Mega Ray!
In a bind!
Here I come!
You require
Tiger blade!
Dragon Swarm! Be still!
Supernova! Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
I'm out!
no further!
This one's
You're
mine!
mine!
Raging
You're
Cascade!
finished!
Gemini here!
Eternal devastation!
Shield and
Be
fang!
still! Rising
Field!
You're mine!
Prepare to be sealed!
That's it!
No further!
Tiger blade!
By the power of water!
Dazzle!
Lightning!
Soaring Light Spear! Rise! Dragon Swarm!
Mega Ray!
Do you require help?
Dazzle!
Soaring energy!
Rising Falcon!
Ready and ready!
Gemini Ultra!
Armor won't save you!
Mega Ray! By the power of water! Light!
Burn!
Do you require help?
Thunder Touch! Raging Cascade!
It's over!
In here! Mega Ray!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
Here goes!
That's what I like to hear.
These little ones are
Tiger
hardly
blade!
worth our time.
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
I think I'm getting stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Like this would be easy.
Denied! Not on my watch!
Here I come!
Don't get in my way! It's a duel of the arts!
Hurricane thrust!
Healing fire!
Free! What did they just
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Arch shield! Tiger blade! Get on
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that! Make it rain! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Don't mind if I do!
My lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Take this!
Dragon
This
Swarm!
one's mine!
Okay, here I go!
Hey, now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Save you!
Flaming Thrust!
Tiger Blade!
I'll take you all on!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
My turn! Here I come!
Will this help?
Look out! Soda!
That's it!
It's on!
Tiger Blade!
Devastation! Take this!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Andana?
Not to a Renan, we don't. Here goes!
Take this!
Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Step back! This one's all law!
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Look sharp!
Let the marksman handle this.
You're mine!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Attack time!
Where are you
Pesky
going?
airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Take this!
One at a time.
Dragon Swarm!
Here's evil. There you go. Don't let up.
Make it rain!
Hurricane Swarm!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot.
Here! Soda!
Dance in the wind. Here.
This one's all mine!
Get
No
out of there,
escape!
player.
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
A banana. Let's
Do it! Shion!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Lightning
My
condemned.
turn! You're mine! You're finished! Soda!
Radiant blood. Here.
Hurricane
This one's
Swarm!
mine!
Tiger,
make it rain!
Frozen.
Hammer! Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable.
I'll do my best!
Here I come! Be still!
Denied!
Mega ray!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Surrounding us! Into the shadows! Lightning to
Here I
Let
come!
the marksman handle
Eat
this!
this! Here I come!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
You're finished!
No complaints here!
I'm not done!
Full energy!
Soda!
Raging cascade! Healing circle! Tiger blade!
You're mine!
Look sharp!
It's showtime!
Here I go!
It's over!
You're mine!
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert. Not in your dreams.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Look sharp!
Dazzle! You're mine! You're finished!
Make it rain!
Astral energy. Full throttle. Raging cascade.
Now! You're mine!
Here's the evil.
Hurricane Swarm! This one's all mine!
Shield and rain!
Soda!
Where are you going?
You're finished!
Lightning orb. Here's the
You're
evil.
mine!
Whoa.
This one's
You're
winner!
finished!
Make it rain!
Soda! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
The heavens must be smiling.
I have a bad feeling about this. Right here! I got
Be
it!
still! Here I come!
This one's far enough! Going
Here I
in!
come! You're finished!
Radiant blood. Here.
Here I come!
Ready and raring!
Radiant here.
Flaming Thrust!
Heal.
You're mine! Soda!
I'm out of ammo.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Burn it! Shut him down!
Look sharp!
You're finished!
By the power of water.
Here!
What
Hurricane
did I do? Here's a healing art. First aid.
In a bind?
Here I come! You're
Tempest
finished!
whirl.
Dragon
I can carve through armor!
Glacial Spear. Pierce the evil.
Here I come!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Tiger Blade!
Glacial Spear. Pierce the evil.
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over.
Who said anything about letting off?
You're finished!
Glacial Spear. Pierce the evil.
Take this!
Piercing
It's
roll!
over!
Supernova.
Going in! With precision like that, I'm glad you're not on the other side.
Likewise for you and that shield.
Best to stay in one another's good graces.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Over so soon?
Gotta break through! You're mine!
Denied!
By the power of water!
You picked the wrong fight!
Time to take this!
Eternal devastation! Crush!
Now or never.
In a vine,
Here I come!
Time to carve through armor! Appreciate the help. Do it! Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! Think we overdid it? Not by a long shot.
I never miss! Flawless flight!
Here I come!
Hold the line!
Here goes raging cascade!
Be still!
Fresh! Dance in the wind! Here's the evil!
This
Not
one's
on
all
my watch!
mine!
On guard!
Lightning
You're
raging
mine!
cascade!
Tiger Blade!
I'm not done!
Now,
Burn in hell!
I make it red! Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Act to action.
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Piercing roll!
Dropped in pain.
Here I come! One at a time! Raging cascade! Here! Sleep now!
You're mine!
More of the sun!
You're mine!
Gemini off! By the power of water!
now you see what I can do!
Raging storm!
Dragon Form!
Far enough!
Radiant love him!
Next! Take it! You're burned!
Crimson healing now!
Come on! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I can feel my precision improving.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and... energy on their hands.
What's this thing?
Right, here goes!
Get behind me!
Only get Take this!
Tiger
It's
Blade!
over!
I'm ready! Raging cascade!
You're mine!
Tiger Blade! By the power of
Eternal
water!
devastation!
This one's mine!
It's over!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
Spear!
You're finished!
The evil!
Here I This one's all mine!
Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind!
No further! Take this!
All right. That does it!
No escape!
Will this help? My astral energy! This one's mine!
Dragon Form!
Do it! Thunderblade! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Healing circle!
Thanks, Shion.
Do it! Let's get that astral energy! Full throttle! Go!
My turn! Starter!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
You're mine!
Freeze Lancer! In there with country left!
Dazzle! You're mine!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come!
Tempest Whirl!
Here I
More
come!
than that can!
Here!
Do
Hurricane
it!
Thrust!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Good to know my training is paying off.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here I go.
You're finished!
I'm only getting started.
Go
Far enough!
Mega Red, this blow!
I'm not done! You're mine! Lightning thrust!
Wind after lightning!
They're off.
Seal! Here, orbital stockpile! Arc sealed! Thank you.
Take this! It's over!
If it's in the sky, it's
Dragon
mine!
form!
Gale force! Watch them sweep!
Aw, too shy to
You're
come
mine!
on. Here,
If I
let
do.
me help.
It's over!
Look sharp.
Healing circle!
You're mine!
Appreciate the help. And just like that, I'm back
Now,
in it.
start by holding the front.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique.
Devastation!
Raging sword!
Here comes.
Confiscated!
You're mine!
I'm only getting...
Your power is a spectacle to behold.
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it.
You're
So
mine!
now, partner! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
what's that big tower over there?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is. My body seems to be doing okay.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomachache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.